So I have started a clothing brand summer of 22 and it's been a year now, and overall in this video I wanted to share some of the details, some problems I faced, and overall the story of how I got to this point where now I'm actually able to make stuff and just fulfill myself creatively and try different things in this sphere. So I wanted to start back when I was 15, 16, and at that time I think I started to get into clothes more, as many of us do in our teenage years. I got more interested in how I would dress myself, how I would go and like look at t-shirts and just to make something interesting and to be like in a way different from others. You know, in teenage years you want to be different and all that stuff, like very unique stuff and all of that. So at that time I started buying stuff in like secondhand shops in my little town. I started buying some sneakers and trying to resell them, and in the beginning it was like sometimes so ridiculous if I think, but it was fun. You know, I would buy like secondhand shirts for like $2 and I would sell them for like $6. And then at that time I always wanted to make some clothes of my own. You know, I wanted to wear something that I was part of. So at that time I actually learned how to draw with like acrylic paints on clothes, like the paints for textiles. So I started customizing my clothes and it was fun. I also had a classmate who she was also interested, and summer when I was I think 16, we started our little custom shop. So we were just making some clothes, we were painting them, and honestly a lot of them were pretty cool. And then I started developing, and throughout the year I just like occasionally I made some clothes. Even now I'm gonna attach some photos. Some of them were pretty fire. I mean, I'm not the greatest artist and I'm kind of bad at painting, but I just wanted to make stuff. When I kind of started getting into clothes more and more, I wanted to make something more serious, something more scalable, something that people can actually like buy and a lot of people can wear. With that idea in my mind, I think in the spring of 22, like I don't know, in the beginning of March or in February even, I was thinking like about different ideas. How should I start? What should be the concept of the brand and all of that stuff. And then one day, how it happens, there is a phrase in the Kyrgyz language where I'm initially from. There is a saying, "Elim ne deyt," which means what will people say. And I think just growing up there was a like big stigma like in my family, and just seeing the culture and overall the mentality here in Kyrgyzstan, that a lot of people like really over cared about what others thought about themselves. They spent a lot of time just judging others, and they were a lot of people that they were afraid to do stuff just because if they fail or some other judgment. So I kind of wanted to tackle that idea. Even like since I was really very little, I didn't like the idea. So now the opportunity came and I was like, okay, I need to do something about this. So then back in the spring of 2022, I didn't know anything about designs, so I couldn't work in Photoshop in anything. So the only thing I knew was Canva. I could make some like simple shapes, that was it. Then I started learning. Like in the beginning it was hard, and I'm gonna attach some designs that I made in the beginning. They're like silly, but looking back it's fun. It was so fun. I just remember I was like, okay, I made this, and at that time I was like, okay, this is pretty good. But then if I look, it was like, okay. But then yeah, I just like a lot of tutorials on YouTube. I started learning how to work in Illustrator, in Photoshop, and so just using some other stuff. And I started looking a lot of references, a lot of design examples on Pinterest and other platforms. So that was pretty helpful. I started watching a lot of YouTube videos. I started watching about videos about how others people made their own brands. So yeah, just like that whole spring I was trying to come up with some designs and actually come to the plan. So I was trying to come up with the plan how I was gonna execute that summer, like how I was gonna build the biggest brand in the world and all that stuff. But yeah, I think all the spring I just spent a lot of time thinking, a lot of time designing, and then when I had 2-3 like really solid designs, I was trying to show them to other people. I was asking them what they thought about designs, and when I got the response that a lot of people actually like those designs, and actually at that time I was like, yeah, when I hit the final version I was like, yeah, this is good, this is gonna be good. then I was just waiting for the moment. Once I finished my exams, I left Hungary and I flew back to Kyrgyzstan, and it was like mid-July, so it was kind of late. And oops, it's gonna fall now, I guess. My bad. Yeah, so when we came here, I started like searching where we could actually make the production, or how I'm supposed to do the prints and all the package, and also because I didn't know anything. So here in Kyrgyzstan, one of the things which is good, the textile industry is pretty developed, so it wasn't super hard to find a place where they could produce the t-shirts and all that stuff. But in the beginning I had the troubles with like budget, because I didn't have the whole budget, so I had like only the half of the budget for what was supposed to be for one drop. So then I asked my parents, they gave me the other half of the condition that I'm gonna give them like right back when I make the money back, which I did successfully. I found the production place. They told me that they could make like really good blanks, so I went to buy some nice textile. For the first drop it was like super good tech. I mean, it was super like thin, so it was even kind of hot in them in summer months, but people like them because usually the t-shirts are super like thick. No, otherwise, my bad. T-shirts are really thin, but the ones that we made were like super thin, so it was kind of hot in them because summers here are like super hot. But the first drop turned out to be like pretty good, and I bought some packaging and all that stuff just like on the markets here. I was like going around and searching, and I dropped it, and guess what? The first like week, almost nothing. I sold like 5 t-shirts, and I was like, fuck, I fucked it up. Like all this money that I owe my parents now and all that stuff, I was like, like all this money is stuck now, and I'm not sure if it's gonna sell and all that stuff. But then I started using influencers. So because the idea was good, because a lot of people actually resonated with the idea, they really wanted to push the idea of not caring about the social judgment and doing stuff that actually matters for you, not being afraid to be creative. I think that idea really helped. So a lot of influencers, they were actually able to help us to promote only just by like giving them t-shirts for free. So they didn't ask for money from us, so that really helped. And a couple of influencers that really gave us a push, and from then the sales went on, and in like 2 weeks I think we almost sold out the first drop, and then I started doing the second drop. And I think at that time, with those designs and future designs, the idea of being narrow with your concept and like the whole message or idea of your brand, for it to be narrow, I think that really helps, especially in the beginning, because some brands can go like all over the place, and they say, okay, we're about this and this, we do this and this. But in the beginning, it's really nice to have like narrow, as simple as possible, the idea, and just like go there. And then once you've expanded a bit more, you can go like broader. But there's one interview with Virgil Abloh, the founder of Off-White and just legend in the industry. He said he was, I think, teaching one guy. He really talked about the importance of the simplicity, like in ideas, and how those simple ideas can go a long way. So I think that helped. And with future designs, I wasn't like super frustrated, so I kind of knew in what direction I was gonna go. So I think as for the difficulties of the first drop, the first one was how to find a good textile. But here we had some nice markets where we could find textile. But yeah, still you have to search on the internet. Either you want full cotton t-shirts, or you want like thicker or thinner. You should define for yourself in what kind of category you want your products to be. Either it's like more affordable, but you try to minimize your costs and do it on scale, or either you want to maybe not make like that much stuff, but make it like high quality and put the price higher. So I chose the second category, and right now gradually raising the price, and I want to keep the quality of our products really high, but right now still we're not that big, and I'm trying to develop all that stuff. But yeah, I think that's important. The second hardship was, of course, the kind of delivery. The orders that were inside our city, they were easy. We just like we were delivering them, but the ones that were like worldwide delivery, it was a bit complicated because sometimes when the order is like $35 and the delivery is like 50 euros, it's kind of complicated, you know. And for those orders, because we don't have to like huge business accounts with delivery companies, and in Kyrgyzstan there are not a lot of them that are working actively. That is a bit hard, but we still managed to find some ways how to deliver, so that was okay overall. And as for other difficulties, that we didn't have a physical store, so a lot of people that wanted to try on the t-shirts, they couldn't do it, and there wasn't like a place that they could come and just like search different things and buy like impulsively. I hope in the future we're gonna be able to build a physical store, but for now we're doing it online. Another tip for like the inventory management, I think in the beginning you can try to search some inventory management systems online, like there are some free platforms, or Excel. For my first drop I just used Excel. You can put your tables, and then you can just analyze in a pivot table, and you can see all your numbers, which is pretty helpful, so you can know what was your revenue, what was your costs and all that stuff. As for the second drop, I made a little website for myself so I can manage it better, so it's way more comfortable now. But yeah, now because I was on my studies during the year, I wasn't able to create some stuff. So here I came back in summer again. We just launched our new drop. Right now still I'm facing a lot of hardships with even this drop. I mean, now I have more experience. We're not like in the beginning phase. We have some audience, but still right now it's kind of hard because the whole year pretty much there was nothing happening on the store, and right now I'm trying to get this circle going, and I'm trying to push a lot of marketing with influencers, and hopefully soon it's gonna pick it up. So yeah, I'm pretty much excited about the summer, the rest of the summer. I have a lot of ideas of what to create and just a lot of ideas for the future of this brand, and I'm really excited about pushing this idea and inspiring people not to care what others might think of themselves, what others might judge them, and just to be creative, to go after your dreams, to do stuff that actually matters. So yeah, I think this is the story. Yeah, if you want some stuff, I'm not sure if you're from other countries how this drop is relatable to you, because here we have a lot of Kyrgyz cultural stuff. Here these are yurts, Kyrgyz like nomad homes, and yeah, here like home is a place where you get inspired and not constantly judged. So, and this one is like, who else if not us do what actually matters for you, for the world. And yeah, with every design I'm just trying to convey a certain idea, so when it's not like only clothes, so if you go somewhere and someone sees your t-shirt and they're gonna look into it, they're gonna like, oh, pretty cool, like, and if it gets to the idea, so, or at least one person resonates with the idea and actually takes some action, that's amazing for us. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. If you want to, I don't know, collaborate, if you're a designer, also you can write. I would be excited. If you have some tips for our brand, would be excited as well, would be really grateful. And you can also share your own stories, or just ask some questions that are interesting for you. It was Ilim, and it was Imdiangime. Follow on Instagram us. We just had a pretty cool photo shoot where I kind of messed up with my film, but overall we got it developed and it looks kind of special. So I had really a lot of fun with this photo shoot. Check it out. Peace out, guys. Stay tuned for future videos. We're gonna create, explore, and have a lot more fun. Bye bye, guys.